He flies into Brisbane and his fans are going to be lining up to see his beautiful face. Brian Austin Green is going to be here for Supernova Comic-Con. Thanks for joining us. Hello.
How's it going?
Good. You don't have a fear of...
First of all, that fast splash thing is torture.
Oh, I know. How cruel are we?
It's terrible that somebody stopped and then you keep showing them what they missed. I mean, that poor woman stopped at 700 and it went all the way to 10,000.
Yeah. But Brian, you got to remember that's the same as gambling.
Shame on you all.
I know. But now you know the level of highbrow.
No, because in a casino, imagine if they dealt you cards and then they just slapped you in the face afterwards, after you had lost.
Yeah, fair point.
And imagine if you were in a casino and they just poked you for 30 minutes afterwards. That's torture. That's not. Not a casino.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, fair enough.
Can we get back to your beautiful face? Because your beautiful face was one of the only posters that I put up on my wall because 90210, I don't think
kidding.
No, I kid you not. And I was so angry because my parents decided to paint it and they pulled it off because of the blue tack. And I was like, where are they? Where are my
You wanted to pull him off.
Oh,
Stop.
no.
But 90210
I'm
was the most brilliant show. And I don't think I've ever fallen in love with a show like I was obsessed with that. How old were you when you went on that show? Were you one of the younger?
Yeah, I was 16 years old when we shot the pilot for that. And then I was 17 when we started shooting the series. And I shot that from 17 to 27.
Wow. 27, wow.
And I was actually the youngest on the show.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
Speaking of shooting a pilot, do you have any fear of flying because you are starring in the Australian movie Zombie Plane?
No. So it's funny. It's Zombie Plane is the name of it, but what I'm doing is I'm actually dealing with vampires on the side. So I'm sort of so it's great. So it throws to me, and I'm in this whole separate line of work that is all within this same agency.
Right.
So we are all fighting monsters of different types all around the globe.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm a vampire hunter.
Everyone we talk to about this, they laugh. They laugh and they're going, it's crazy, it's amazing, but it's crazy. And everyone has to laugh. So I can't wait to see this script.
It's the most ridiculous. I remember when they first, because I was going to come to Australia anyway with my fiance. And a buddy of mine was like, hey, so they're shooting this thing and they've actually mentioned your name in the story and they're not done shooting it. And they heard that you're coming into town and they have a little sort of story idea for you if you have time to shoot while you're here. And I heard the story and it is ridiculous. It's outlandish. It is, it's fun, it's one of the things, it's why movies like the new Naked Gun films are so popular because they're fun. And people go to the movies and they just laugh out loud and it's kind of silly and it's fun. But this movie is, for as silly and fun as it is, they spent money to make it the absolute best that they could. And it's an incredible group of people that did it. And we're super excited about it. And I'm coming into town and I'm going to be at the convention and I'm going to be talking about that and 90210 and all sorts of stuff. And it's so crazy to be coming back to Australia to talk about a movie called Zombie Plane.
Right. Just going back to 90210, it was... It's funny that Abs is talking about the post and stuff because I can also remember our neighbours having a fight once because her husband hadn't fixed the TV antenna. And I don't know why this is stuck in my brain as a kid, but she said to him, 90210's on tonight.
Well, you couldn't miss it. Yeah. You couldn't.
It's weird.
You are kidding me.
No, I think I was like 8.
You're kidding me.
But, you think about that time in television and even the cast who was on there, of course, yourself, Luke Perry, Tori Spelling, Shannon Doherty.
Yeah.
You were 17 and you were the superstars of TV at that time for all those years.
Yeah.
How did you get your head around that as a kid?
I honestly don't think I did. It's still, to this day, it's one of those things where, you know, when you grow up with heroes and people that you look up to, I grew up with people that were skateboarding, because that was the sport that meant the world to me when I was younger. So people like Tony Hawk, and you know, there were certain people that were just gods to me. I get it, like, it's not lost on me, the really strange sort of soapbox that I have in life, and that I can talk to people and it does remind them of when they were young and times were simpler. And I understand that because I have the same thing with other people. Yeah. So I feel incredibly blessed that I get to play that part for other people in their lives. And I totally understand it, but at the same time, it's still crazy for me to this day to think that I play that part in somebody's life. It's wild to think.
How would it go, getting back to your beautiful fiance, if you'd gone to a hometown? Because I would just lose my mind if I saw Brian Austin Green in Wagga Wagga.
I have, yeah. We, not this last time we were there, the time before, we flew to Wagga because she had to deal with some family stuff. And so I got to see her nan's house and people that she grew up with and the areas she was in. And it's great because it was such a small town. Yeah. And it was, for the most part, it was so quiet. Like, there were barely people on the street. And it was just it gave me a great perspective on her and her childhood and her life, and a great understanding of it, because since I've known her, she's lived in Los Angeles.
Yeah, which is amazing.
And I know she's lived all over the world.
Yeah, she's an amazing dancer, and cliche but also romantic, that you met on Dancing with the Stars. Does that mean that you might...
No, so we actually met before the show. We started dating before the show. They had, the producers of the show had reached out to me for... Honestly, I think it was like 13 seasons in a row. And for me, it was a hard pass every time. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm busy. Like, I have no plans of ever being a dancer. Like, that's just not, I'm okay. Thank you. And then it was COVID, and Sharon and I started dating. We had a business manager in common, and we met and we started dating. And then they reached out again, and this time they knew that we were dating. And they were like, "Hey, so we know you guys are together. Yeah. We'll obviously put you two together as a couple. But do you want to come on?" And I was like, "God, there's nothing else going on right now. It's COVID. Literally nothing is shooting. There were like 3 shows that were going, and Dancing with the Stars was one of them."
Right. So, did they threaten you too? Were they like, if you don't do it, Brian, we're going to get Ian Zieling?
Luckily, they already had him, so they can't threaten me with him. I've been threatened by other people with Ian Zieling. So that is that, and that threat holds a lot of weight to me for sure. But yeah, no, that time he had already done it, so I was like, okay, cool. Like, I don't. There's no competition between the two of us. I don't feel like I'm taking the place of someone else, and so I better perform well. I didn't have that pressure.
Does that mean you might do an Australian wedding, considering your fiance's Australian born?
I don't know, because her mom lives out here in Los Angeles. She lives out here. Our baby's out here. So much of her family are out here now. I mean, she has some extended family in Australia, but
Brian doesn't
majority
know.
Of her
the wife,
main family
the girl
is out here.
chooses. Brian's got no say in this.
Wherever
what are you
she says,
about?
he will go.
I really don't. And thank you for reminding everyone that it's happy wife, happy life with this one.
Exactly, Brian.
But you've got 5 kids, but so you got a big blended family, which is beautiful. Yeah. Does Christmas get tough though? Like, trying to orchestrate everyone together and catch up with everyone?
So honestly, holidays like Christmas and stuff are the easiest. Just life is to the logistics of traveling with, because we have 4 young kids.
Yeah.
The logistics of traveling in life. I mean, that means we go into a restaurant and we're asking for a table for 6.
Yeah.
It means we're going on a plane and we need 6 seats. We need a hotel room that is big enough to sleep all of us. It just logistically, when my lease was up on my car and I needed a new one, it's like, no, I need a 3-row. Like and after that, I've got to move to like a school bus or a Sprinter van or something like that if we continue to grow with it. So logistically, just in life is a lot harder than the holidays. Holidays are fun and they're much easier, and it's really cool to be able to experience these holidays again through young eyes. It's amazing.
That's true. I didn't think about it. We complain about here with all the school stuff that our kids have, but of course you've got the exact same issues. Just because you're a celebrity doesn't mean you miss out on that. Hey.
No. It is all. I always tell people that problems within families and home are very similar. It doesn't matter what somebody does for a living, how much money they have, how successful they've been. The problems are all very similar.
I don't want to romanticize 90210 too much and say that you guys all still catch up, but like you're on the show for such a long period of time, and it was deeply sad that the main characters have passed away now. Talking about Shannon Doherty and of course Luke Perry, and a few years before, even a year before Luke Perry passed away, he was in the studio with us.
Lovely man,
so nice and so genuine, and we went at one point.
One of the loveliest men you'll ever meet.
Yeah, and I guess because we always know him from that character, we're at a point where we're like, should we all go out for lunch, basically?
Yeah, we're going to go for drinks. Yeah, we're going to hang.
But that must have hit home all the memories and the times and that you guys had been together over those years for them to have passed away.
It did. Luke was really sudden, and so that was really difficult because nobody saw that one coming. Not that the loss of Shannon was any less difficult, but it was different. You know, when you have someone in your life that's been dealing with stage 4 cancer for as many years as she had, you, on some subconscious level, you're preparing for it and you are making the absolute most of every minute that you have together. With Luke, I had lunch the week before he had his stroke and passed away, and there was absolutely no sign of anything. And at the point when I got the call and knew that he was in the hospital, it was just devastating. But now looking back on it, I couldn't be prouder of the fact that I got to spend the time with him that I did, and we were truly brothers. It was an amazing gift, and it's one that I'll always cherish. And his voice is one that is always in my head when I'm going through anything, because I looked up to him and we had that kind of relationship. It was a big brother, little brother thing that we had. And he was an amazing human being. You guys spent time with him. He was one of those guys where it's for as cool as he appered. He always seemed like, oh my God, he's the coolest guy that's walked since James Dean. He's the coolest guy that's ever walked the planet. He had no awareness of that and never lived by that. He didn't care how his hair looked or what he was wearing, or like that was the least, that was the absolute lesser thing on his mind at the time. It was all about connecting with people, being genuine with people, really being loving and kind, and just sharing himself completely with whoever he was with. And that's an amazing thing to walk away from a relationship with someone to have.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, mate, we're so excited to have you here in Brisbane.
I've really brought this morning radio thing down.
No, it was me. It was me. No, and I think you said it so well.
Thank goodness you tore that poster off the wall, because that is.
Do you know what?
The death of your fun bell ringing morning show.
That is not true.
I'm the end of it.
Brian, I actually have them all packed up in a box at my mum's home.
Guess who's first in line at Supernova?
What's the weirdest thing anything you've been asked
who
to
am
sign,
I signing
actually?
this one for? Wait, there's no names on any of this stuff?
Yeah.
It's all going on eBay.
Yeah.
Over the years, you would have got asked to sign some stuff.
I've signed tons of insane stuff. It is so. I honestly, the most insane thing I think I've ever signed is there was so much merchandise and stuff that was 90210 branded that was sold during that time that we had no idea of. So every time I'm at these conventions, people come up with Walkmans and water bottles and pillowcase, just things, toothbrushes. And it's like, oh my God, we had all of this stuff. And literally it is just endless, the amount of merchandise that was sold during that time. And I know because Tori and I did commercials for like Cheerios and Honey Nut Cheerios and things like that. So I knew we were a part of the world and what was happening at that point, but it's not really until you see all of this stuff where you go, man, I was really I was exploited.
Yeah, they were making a fortune out of you.
Part
Yeah.
of something. Oh, I was really exploited.
They keep that quiet because
Yes.
then you'll be asking for your cut of it. So they go,
Yeah.
let's just put it out there. And if they don't know, they don't know.
Exactly. Sure. Exactly. What you don't know won't hurt you. Yeah, for sure.
Buddy, great to talk to you. Supernova Comic Con is on until Sunday at the Brisbane Convention and Exhibition Centre. Go and check out Brian Austin Green. Great to talk. Appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
Good on you, man.
You guys have a good morning.
Much.
Thanks, buddy.
See ya.